As part of the second virtual workshop for the Mattapoisett Master Plan, we'll be looking at data and information regarding climate change and resiliency. We'll be examining how climate change will affect a coastal community like Mattapoisett and some potential strategies and policy solutions to minimize risk and build resiliency. So how will a changing climate take shape in Mattapoisett? Put simply, Mattapoisett will likely see stronger coastal storms and an increase in flooding. Furthermore, sea level rise will compound these hazards, making coastal homes and businesses vulnerable to capital damages from extreme weather events. Waterfront areas and the ecosystems within them will also become more at risk of loss of plant and animal diversity. Of course, it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. We have an opportunity with the master plan to think about how climate change will affect us and how we can better prepare and respond to make our communities more resilient. Resiliency is defined as the ability of social, environmental, and economic systems to return to their original form and integrity after enduring stress or disruption. These types of climate-fueled events can impact the core aspects of our lives, such as our homes, the local economy, and development in town. So what can Mattapoisett do to prepare for and minimize the risks associated with climate change? There are a few options at both the local and state level. At the local level, we can refer to Mattapoisett's Municipal Vulnerability Plan released in May 2018. This outlines a series of strategies and tasks the town can undertake to prepare for such events. These strategies are given a priority ranking from highest priority to lower priority. High priority items include reconfiguring water and sewer infrastructure that's vulnerable to storm surge, flooding, and sea level rise. Their vulnerability poses a threat to the town's water quality and services. Another high priority item includes investigating the risks associated with invasive species that may migrate into town and threaten local shellfish habitats. In addition, the town considers the fiscal effects of climate-related events as well as relocating town-owned facilities outside of flood zones. Lower priority items include investigating the protection of historical landmarks and combating wave action in pier areas. In this workshop, you'll be completing a ranking exercise online to see how you would prioritize the actions outlined in this plan. At the state level, the town can begin considering policy avenues and strategies outlined in plans like the Massachusetts 2050 Decarbonization Roadmap and by groups like Resilient Mass. These statewide reports and groups help outline long-term goals for things like adopting clean energy and mitigating hazards through methods such as nature-based strategies. The 2050 Decarbonization Roadmap offers methods to make our homes more efficient, such as electrifying heating and cooling. As for mitigating hazards, nature-based solutions include projects that restore, protect, and/or manage natural systems and processes to avoid flooding, erosion, drought, and heat islands. These types of solutions focus on cost-effective measures that are also low maintenance and have a number of benefits. For example, conserving land, restoration, as well as green stormwater management are all nature-based solutions we could consider for Mattapoisett. For the workshop, you'll have the option to provide long-form comments on some of the general themes of these strategies and tell us a little bit more about how you perceive climate change and what you have done personally to prepare for it. So, how can this thinking be applied to the topics of this virtual workshop? We've touched on it a little bit, but let's explore some questions together. With economic development, we can think about the areas designated for commercial activity and whether they're vulnerable to climate-related events or impacts. Furthermore, how do we prepare existing businesses to weather the next storm? And how can we ensure that future commercial or retail development is concentrated away from vulnerable areas? This type of thinking will ensure that we prepare our existing business community for disruptions to their ability to carry out commercial activities and thus protect our local economy. As for housing, the same thinking applies. How can we protect existing homes vulnerable to flooding or sea level rise? And what steps can we take to prevent developing in areas that are currently and known to be at risk? Proactively thinking about these questions, considering our solutions, will help us craft the dialogue and actions we need to ensure Mattapoisett leads a resilient future. Thanks for listening to this preview of our discussion about climate change and resiliency in Mattapoisett. If you have questions or would like to propose your own solutions to some of these problems, I encourage you to attend our workshop on February 24th at 6:30 p.m. Registration is required, so visit our website for more information. Thanks again.